Good morning, everyone. So now let's talk about some of the notable writers of contemporary Spanish prose. So we have here Teodoro and Calao was one of the most prolific writers in Spanish, and he became a member of the Philippine Assembly and a member of the Harrison Cabinet and director of the National Library. So aside from being a contemporary writers, he was also a lawmaker, and he contributed to reorganizing the executive branch of the government during Harrison. Then, he died before World War II. So, Calao authored the La Constitución de Malolos, El Divorcio en Filipinas, and La Compañía de Comentang. So, those are his authorized. So, those three works are all about constitution and government. So, he wrote also Gregorio H. del Pilar, the court martial of Andres Bonifacio, figure the struggle of the Philippines for independence, and the Cinco Reglas de Nuestra Moral Antigua. It describes the moral principles of ancient Filipinos. So, considered by many Spanish-speaking people as Calao's best works are Hacia la Terra del Zar and Cinco Reglas de Nuestra Moral Antigua. Hacia la Terra del Zar is naguntin siya sa mga experiences and observations of the travel of Calao in Russia. He says here that considered by many Spanish-speaking people because aside Calao is born writer, there is no doubt that he would have had the applause of the public and critics. And second, let's have Jesus Balmori. He was a poet and he wrote three novels, which is Bancarrota de Almas and Si de Soho la Flor and Pajaros de Fuego. So kanini ang Bancarrota de Almas is nag-showcase niya sa modernity style of Balmori's attempt to capture the essence of Filipino. And then the De Soho la Flor it is a reflections on the fleeting nature of beauty and life, and the Pajaros de Fuego is about the passion, creativity, and the human condition. So the first two novels of Balmori are portrayals of men violating the Ten Commandments, fallen woman debauched by moral man, crowded Balmori's step free of modern living. So the sinning rich, the coquettes, mischievous politicians and businessmen, and the deflowered maidens. So the various themes of Balmori's works that reflects his modernist style, perspective niya sa life, society, and human experiences of Filipinos. And next, Jaime C. de Vera. He was a politician from Leyte, a popular writer and scholar in Spanish, and he was at the turn of our country connected with El Nueva Dia, Tinag sa Lungsod, El Renacimiento Filipino, and La Vanguardia. So he was one at the turn of our country because he contribute to promote the nationalism, identity, and culture of Filipino. So he became known for Tandaya, Candaya, Caldas Reliquetas, Ornamentaras, Ensayos Históricos, Escritos o Lingüísticos Filipino y Filipinos, Persas de Rizal de El Clinoajes de Rizal, Estudio Crítico Expositivo. So and then he wrote Efemérides Filipinas in 1940 with a collaboration with Mariano Ponce. So, ang Efemérides Filipinas in 1914, it is a valuable insights into the country's past, literature, and history. And the last outstanding work of his is Kining Discursos y Artículos de Graciano Lopez Haina, which is speeches on Philippine independence, nationalism, and the articles on Filipino culture and history. Kay si Vicente Soto. So, kini si Vicente Soto is a burnout critic. So, throughout his crowded life, Soto lambasted what he regarded as vicious and against public interest. So, naturally, he was frequently involved in libel suits. So, is because due to his bold and critical journalism style, which often nga nag-criticize the government and public figures. travel ni Soto about kanang global events and politics. And my second travel around the world is an account of his second trip around the world, which is isuwat na siya sa English nga kuan lang gihapon sa perspective of observations on government and politics. Soto's travels around the world. And now, the fifth one is Emmanuel C. Briones. So, he was once got an impressive figure in a world of journalism, public service, and letter. Why? Because of his journalist excellence. Briones was known for his integrity, fairness, and in-depth reporting. Now, he was identified with La Revolucion, La Tribuna, and El Espectador, which is kanang mga newspapers siya nga kanang nag-talk about the country's struggle for independence and shape public opinion during a critical period in Philippine history. Then, Briones gained national distinction by winning an award offered by the Casino Español in 1917, and the Discursos y Ensayos Temarios y Vida Filipina is published in Spain. Muni ang post-war publication ni Briones. Kanang na-features din siya sa speeches and essays related to Philippine life, culture, and society of Philippines. And the last one is Enrique Quilaigo, born in June 1897 in Lipa, Batangas, and he secured his formal education at the Ateneo de Manila, where he distinguished himself as a literary man and later took up law. So he became also a journalist, but he was murdered in Manila because of his journalistic comments. And Enrique Quilaigo is the author of Caritas, an exquisite bundle of some 20 stories, real little poems, which is the Caritas. Caritas is translated ni siya into Mass by Alfredo S. Veloso in 1957. Quilaigo is nakadawat ni siya Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925, and it was however printed in 1931. Containing a distinguished introduction by Rafael Palma. Caritas is gitranslate siya into kanang Mass kay it is reflecting the complexities of life of the Filipinos, because mostly we could agree that we Filipinos are hiding our true selves despite of our struggles and complexities in life. So kaning Mass is nagsimbolize siya sa transitions between the appearance and the reality. And that's all my reports. Thank you for listening.